So next we got these. I'm going to start with the front, since that's the one that's different. The front one gets 4 T-nuts in the top of the rail, like so. Yep, 4. And then the 2 on the bottom to mount to this guy, these guys. And then 1 in each side to mount to the extrusion. Again, I'm mounting this side vertically and this side to the cross piece. So I got my 4 T-nuts loaded. Slide that guy in like that. Oh, I didn't show this before, but notice the profile on the T-nut or channel nut, and it matches the hole it goes into. They just won't fit that way. Okay. This whole assembly goes top in first, like so. I was just about to say this went in pretty, oh yeah, relatively painlessly. Now I'll take my little jig that I cut earlier. While I have it, a spare bracket, just to get it spaced. Push down hard. Push this together, lining up the outside edges. Okay, so I goofed. Let's try that again. Nice part about this stuff, you can take it apart. I should have cut 2 of these boards because I put 1 on either side for lining everything up. But for right now, and that's one side done. Now, do a quick measure here. This should end up being 50. That's 50 pretty dead on. 50 pretty dead on. So, crank these nuts down. Rotate. It doesn't matter which order you do it from here on out. This was the only one that was different. So for the remaining 3 sides, you need to load 2 2 channel nuts into the top. Flip it over. Corner brackets on like so, nuts in the bottom, and assemble. Go. Some of these channel nuts have little burrs in the corner like that. Usually just give them a little pop and they'll slide right in. Just like last time, insert your stick or sticks. You know, if you noticed here, this side's slightly up compared to that side. I'm sort of doing that intentionally. You want to get it as close to level as possible, but slightly up means I can use the lever action of the piece over the stick to get everything nice and snug. So this corner, not only do you want to be tight on the top of the stick, you want to make sure these two surfaces are fairly level to each other. Which they are. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this screw up. Give it the squeeze. Make sure that's fairly flat right there. Now flip to the other side. This side we have nobody to reference to, so just sort of push everything down nice and hard. Tighten one, squeeze, tighten two. Oops, 50 and 50. Tighten all the hardware. I just noticed I did some bad math somewhere. So that plus these is everything needed to finish that assembly. And we need 4 to put the rubber feet on, which right now one of them I can put on. That's apparently not the right bolt. Number 11, number 11. Oh, fail. So these are 5mm hardware. Let's see, 6. Boy, I really like cap screw. Well, first off, let's see the 6. So I don't know if they had some grand plan for attaching these, but the current plan, which was these screws and these feet, does not seem to be working out. All I'm doing right here is starting the tap so it's somewhat square. Or has a chance of being square. Try the metric version of that. And then tapping each of these legs down just slightly so that I can get the number 6 screws, or the 6mm screw started in each one of these. Because a 4mm is too small and a 6 is too large. If they had a self-tapping 6mm, I think that would work pretty good. But just straight up 6mm, man, that'd be kind of painful. Now, if the little bird's really concerned you, just hit the top with a file. All this is going to get covered up, hopefully, with these guys. Oh, I feel like an idiot. That's totally the wrong bit. Ah, much better. And down it goes. Man, I have to say, those little rubber feet are pretty sweet. Now I'm just going to buzz through real quick. Make sure that these start in all the holes. Now, ignoring those four for right now, since we're supposed to put the feet on, I should have 12 left. 3, 6, 9, 12, exactly right, to put the top plate onto those T-nuts. These 12 can be used in various different places. Hold this plate on, hold the up-looking camera on, or hold the extruders on the side, depending whether or not they came with hardware. So I'm kind of hoping there's another bag of hardware in the second box, but we will find out when that arrives. So this is about as far as I can take this today. So I'm going to call it right here. Don't know when I'll get this video up. I'll go report the missing parts and the problem with the screws into the bottom of the extrusions. Yeah, none of it threaded, so that's what we got. And if I did it right, about 70 or 700 millimeters. 6.5. Oh, I'm out of square. Oh, there it went. Once we get that top plate, this will all square up quite nicely, but I'm pretty close. That little squeeze there got it back into square. So with that, I'm going to call it a night and go dump this video. Until next time, later. Oh, for those doing their little rubber feet, a number 12 by a ½ inch long, number 12 English by ½ inch panhead sheet metal screw fits perfectly inside of the foot, and the thread, it's pretty easy to start, and the force to thread it in by hand with a big screwdriver, it's a little stiff, but it's doable. Make sure you have a good number 2 Phillips screwdriver when you do it, otherwise it'll just pop out of the head and just make you angry. But I was able to put a foot on this end, and if you look carefully you can just see the threads where the screw cut into it. You know, not a super deep cut on the threads, it just barely got into the aluminum, but you know, just yanking on the screw, it was not coming out. So I think that is an appropriate and good solution if you don't have any M6 screws, or you don't want to purchase a tap to tap them. The M6 you definitely need to tap in order to get it started in this extrusion. So that's a tip.